Welcome to another episode on our channel. We're going to do another how-to video, and this time it's going to be about dioramas. But before I do that, I wanted to let you guys know that every so often I will struggle with words, and that's a result of having a brain aneurysm a few years ago. So if I have trouble enunciating or finding a word, please just bear with me. I'll get it right in the description and the title and so forth, but just bear with me. So today, again, it's about dioramas. We're going to start with the simplest form, which is actually just the stand, kind of just giving it a makeover. I picked this stand because it actually has a gouge in it. I think you can see it right here. So what had happened is when I initially put the stand in, it was very tight and it was hard to get in, and I was pushing and boom, it slipped. And that's how the gouge happened. Now it's actually, it's easy to get in. It's been used enough, it's easy to get in. And you could very nicely just put a figure on here and you probably won't even notice the gouge. You could put a prop there like a hat that the figure isn't using, and it probably will look just perfectly fine. But if you wanted to do something a little different and you wanted to kind of give it more of a diorama look, we can do such a thing. So I'm not going to say that my way is the right way to do things. There are probably 100 million ways to do things well in terms of dioramas. My way is just going to be my way, and of course you'll take maybe some of the ideas and improve upon them and come up with a set of techniques that actually work best for you. But anyway, so here's the gouged stand. What I would probably, my first inclination would be to of course take the stand off and use some adhesive spray on the top part of the stand and to kind of just sprinkle dirt on top of it to give it a nice coating that gives it a more sense of realism. So we're going to take a pause. I'm going to go ahead and do that and then bring it back. And then we're going to show you different ways of kind of decking this thing out. As you can see, it turned out very nicely. Nice different shades throughout the dirt here. I made sure I stuffed a paper towel in here so that no adhesive would get into where you put the actual stand. If you want to kind of seal this in a bit better, you could use something like a matte finish to do so. Make sure it's matte. You don't want it glossy. But the stand goes in nicely, like that. And this is kind of the lowest level you could go if you wanted to cover a gouge in the stand itself. You just put your figure on top of this and just position the figure as best as, well, in the way you want it to be posed. If you want to take it another level up, you could take a rock and make sure it's the circumference is a little smaller than the stand itself. And there you go. It looks good with the dirt around it, the rock there. The rock's not going to go any place. You don't really have to cement it in or anything like that. Just position your figure accordingly. Here's another level up in the process where you might want to use a couple rocks. So I can show you what they look like. They're very similar. They probably came from the same rock. I would put one maybe here and then maybe further back. And this one, it does extend beyond the stand. That's okay. You don't have to be confined to the stand. There are so many ways to do dioramas correctly. In fact, I can't think of a way that you can actually do it incorrectly. It's just what you envision as being part of what you want to see. So everything is at your fingertips in your backyard: wood, rocks, vegetation. Here I used the same piece of wood. I put a few rocks here at the end, and then I pulled some vegetation up by its roots. I put a rubber band around it very tightly, cut it off so it's even, so I could see myself actually somehow affixing this to this part of the piece here. I think it will actually look quite well with the figure. So anyway, just many ways to do dioramas. The thing is to start off with a coating of sand or dirt, and I think you're well on your way to creating a diorama that works for you. If you wanted to do something more elaborate, you could do something like this. This basically just takes a lot of patience and hot glue. My husband kind of stripped some wood, and we put two pieces butt end to each other, a little burning on the top. And then it's just a matter of hot gluing rocks in. So, and that's the part that requires a lot of patience. There we go. Let me see. I have one more piece here I want to put in. I think, yeah, maybe there. Let's just put it in. There we go. So it looks real realistic. I hope I've inspired you to think of dioramas. If you have the room to display your figures in such ways, it really only costs you time and energy. These things are not hard to put together if you have the right tools, made out of old fencing materials. You know, if your fence is on the way out, here's a way you can kind of capitalize on that process. The rock formations, basically hot glue, just time and effort, finding the right rocks, putting them in the right position, hot gluing them into place. Little things like this that represents a fallen tree, maybe some tires, maybe some sandbags. But again, if you have the room, this is a nice way to display your figures. And like I said, it really is on a budget. A lot of these things can be taken from your front yard, especially if you're just talking about stands that you're just going to add sand to, or you're going to add perhaps some wood to it, and maybe somewhere along the way some dried vegetation. It really does not take much time or effort to do these sorts of things. So anyway, I hope I've inspired you. If you've liked what you've seen, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. In the meantime, you guys have a great day today. Hey everyone, we're going to do a contest in the near future. We'll let you know more details as we figure out exactly what we're going to do, but the prize is going to be basically a customized figure, and I haven't figured out what kind of figure yet I'll create for you guys, but it'll be something that I'm sure everyone will want.